Okay, so we'll start with CPC exam specific tips. So like any examination that we give, we have certain tips, tricks, so that we can crack the exam easily with good marks. Okay, so CPC certificate program, Certified Professional Coder certification, is one of the most recognized credentials in medical coding, providing expertise in CPT, ICD 10, and HCPCS level 2 coding. So it is one of the uh, it's a recognized, it is authorized by an institute. Okay, so it's a recognized certificate for any medical coder to have in order to start a career in medical coding. CPC certified professionals often earn higher salaries, have better job opportunities in healthcare organization, insurance companies, and medical billing firms. So you can do coding. We have so many uh, videos on YouTube where you can learn about medical coding. But if you have a certificate with you, it becomes easier for any institution, any organization to hire you. And it also gives you a good package because they know that this person has already learned everything and they can do the coding very confidently. So it becomes easier for the employer also to employ, to place a trust in the employee, and also for the employees to have a good uh, package in the medical coding industry. So the steps are: you have a CPC exam, you do your course, medical coding course, give your CPC exam, then you have your AAPC membership, then you have on-job experience, and then you can continue working as a medical coder. You can do your upskilling as in how wherever it's required. You can continue with that. Okay. So the first starting of everything is you learn your medical coding and give a CPC exam. Later on, you can have an AAPC membership. You have some amount to be paid and you can have the membership. And then after you have both the certifications with you, you can start with your on-job training, internship, and likewise you can grow as a medical coder. So when you're giving a CPC exam, you have certain syllabus to be covered, and then you have certain format of the questionnaires. Okay. So the syllabus that is to be covered is basis on of your ICD, CPT, HCPCS, your medical terminology, anatomy, your compliance. We've already discussed all the subjects that are covered in the exam. So you have direct questions, you have multiple choice-based questions. You can have, so direct questions can be related to your anatomy, terminologies. We can have case-based questions. So certain case scenarios will be given to you. Okay. So, or basis on that, you might have to select your ICD, CPT codes. Then you have compliance and compliance questions also. You can have a modifying and billing questions also. Okay. So something related to the process of the revenue cycle. Okay. So all this can be covered in your syllabus. The whatever is discussed, whatever is to be covered in the syllabus, we have already discussed in the previous module. Eliminate wrong strategies for answering tricky questions. Now, any exam when you give, not necessarily you will be knowing all the questions. There might be some question here and there which might be tricky. Okay. So when such a tricky question comes in front of you, first try to understand that question. First try to understand what is the exact thing that the question wants out of you. Okay. Once you understand the question, you might have possibilities of some answers. It might be between two answers, three answers. Okay. So if you have a possibility that it might be between either this or this, sometimes the question is very clear, but the answer is very tricky. Okay. You have multiple choice question, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes it so happens that you have understood the question well, but you are a little confused between two answers, whether it is this or this. Okay. So try to first understand the question. If possible, try to come down to few possible answers. Okay. Once you come down to those few possible answers, then try to negotiate the nuances and try to get the best possible answer out of it. Okay. So remove answers with incorrect codes or descriptions. Look for outdated codes. Again, knowing the latest codes is very, very, very essential. Look for keywords in the scenario. Pay attention to site, laterality, approach. Sometimes you are so tensed while giving the exam that you might miss out some laterality, right or left, or some fine detail which can easily give you the answer between the two possible answers that you have selected. Okay, so try to calm down and read the question again so that you can understand if you have left out some detail. Sometimes you have missed the detail whether it is open or laparoscopic. Okay, and you when you understand, okay, I have missed out on this, you immediately get the answer. Okay, so read, always be focused on your question and also be focused on your answers. Follow official coding guidelines. Always check for exclusions, inclusions, sequencing rules, especially in your selection of ICD codes. Okay. So if somewhere you are stuck, revisit your or recollect your coding guidelines. What is to be done? If any inclusion note is there, exclusion note is there, read through it properly before selecting the. If you make some mistakes, how to avoid them? Mistake, rushing through the question. This is a very common mistake because you feel like you have to complete all the answers, your time is less. Okay, no need to rush. Read each question carefully and thoroughly. Okay, and understand the key terms. Second mistake, choosing a code without checking parenthetical notes. So you have selected, you have understood the answer, you have understood the question. Now you have to select the code. But by selecting the code, you got the code, but you forgot to read the other instructions which were given over there. Okay, so again you might select the wrong code. Ignoring modifiers, again very important. When you're selecting CPT and CPCS codes, if a modifier is required, you have to select the modifier. Okay, so these are the common mistakes that usually students do in because they are tensed, they might sometimes forget, they might sometimes overlook. Okay, so try to be as calm as possible and try to catch every detail possible in the question also, in the codes also. Okay, so how, like any exam that you pass, same thing, same as with the CPC exam. You need to know your syllabus properly. It is not just ICD, CPT, HCPCS course. You also need to understand your anatomy, medical terminology very well. Also, your compliance guidelines and your billing, medical billing cycle. Second, know your codes, obviously, your ICD, CPT, HCPCS guidelines also. Okay, it is not just about selection of the codes. How are you going to select the code if you don't know the guidelines only? Okay, so knowing the guidelines also is very important. When you know the guidelines, then only you will be able to select the right code. Use official CPC study guides, whether you're seeing online, whether you have your manuals, whatever it is, always use authorized sources. Take practice exams. There are many uh, resources available where you can give mock exams while you're doing the course here at Hindi Open also. We give you a lot of mock exam papers which you can solve again and again to get the right answers and build up your confidence. And while you're giving your mock exams also, make sure you're completing your mock exams in proper time, which is required for the completion of your exam. And of course, try to use your code books. Don't just be online or don't just use only online resources. Your manuals, your books are given to you. Make use of the books thoroughly. So we have a duration of uh, CPC exam. So if it is 150 marks, you have 5 hours 40 minutes. If it's 100 marks, you have 4 hours. Okay, so depending on how much questions are there, you have that much of time, and all the syllabus is covered during that time. Keep practicing. The only key to have to pass the CPC exam is to keep practicing. Practicing also makes you understand where you are weak, where you need to improve, whether you need to improve your anatomy, terminology, or you need to improve your ICD, your CPT, HCPCS. The more you practice, the more you'll understand which answers you're getting frequently wrong, and you can work on those areas more harder and stronger so that even those weak areas are covered and you're thorough in your medical coding. Now in CPT exam, now in CPC exam itself, you have your CPT codes, which are there, which is 40% of the exam, 40% of the exam, your evaluation management, which is 20%, anesthesia, radiology 15, medicine is 15, and ICD, HCPCS is 10 marks, 10 percentage. Okay. So depending on the weightage, you see surgery and evaluation and management carry higher percentage. So work on those areas more. So surgery, evaluation management, anesthesia, medicine, these are all CPT codes. Okay. So CPT codes actually carry 50% of your total uh, weightage of your exams. And from those CPT codes also, your surgery and evaluation management are given more weightage as compared to anesthesia, radiology, pathology, and medicine. Okay, so CPT has six sections or chapters. So first is surgery, anesthesia is the second one, evaluation is management is the third one, radiology is the fourth, pathology is the fifth, and medicine is the sixth. Okay, so surgery is carrying 40% of the CPT codes. Evaluation management is 20% of the CPT codes. Anesthesia, radiology, and pathology combined, it is 15%. So actually, if you see, surgery is the maximum, followed by evaluation and management, followed by medicine, and lastly, you have anesthesia, radiology, pathology combined as 15%. Okay, and then of course, other after 50% is your CPT, rest of the 25% is your ICD, and HCPCS is around 5. Okay, so that is how your weightage of the topics go about. So when I'm talking about like 50% of the CPT, now in CPT also, if I have to uh, go through all the codes in CPT, so my highest priority will be seeing the surgery CPT codes. Then will be your evaluation management, then will be your medicine, and then lastly will be your anesthesia, pathology, and radiology. Okay, so that is only CPT codes. Then that is 50% of your total exam. Then remaining 50% has your ICD, HCPCS, terminology, anatomy, compliance, all that will be remaining 50%. Okay. So these are some of the questions, kind of questions will be there. So sometimes it can be a direct question. Sometimes there will be a case presentation, which is going to give you, it will be a case presentation asking you to find a proper code. So question like previous fluoroscopy examination, the use of contrast material revealed gastrointestinal where it's a dilated twisted vein to treat. The physician inserted an endoscope into the site in the patient's duodenum and injects the vein with an agent that causes scarring of the vein. What is the correct code for the procedure? Okay. So like that, the exam questions will be there and you will have to select the right codes. Okay. So just now we discussed how to practice. So just now I discussed that ICD, CPT, ICD, HCPCS, anatomy, radiology, anatomy, medical terminology, they are all 50% of the weightage. Remaining 50 is your CPT. In CPT itself, the highest weightage in surgery, evaluation and management, then medicine, and then the rest, anesthesia, radiology, pathology. So according to that, give higher priorities to these sections. Use the three-pass rule for time management. Mark important sections in CPT ICD and stay calm and trust your training. The more practice you do, the more mock exams you give, the more better you will be and more confident you will be in your CPC examinations. CPC exam is all about strategy, accuracy, and confidence. And how are you going to build all these three, strategy, accuracy, and confidence? Is by continuous practice. While doing the course, also make sure you understand whatever is being taught to you. Some students, they are very passive while attending the course, and then they have difficulty in giving the exams and clearing the exams. So while you are doing the course also, make sure you are actively participating during the course learning. If you have any doubts, queries, you ask during the training itself so that you are getting confident while you're doing the course itself. You don't have to wait for the course to complete, then you start giving mock exams, and this is not going to work. While doing the course itself, be actively be an active participant, learn throughout the course, and then when you start giving mock exam, you already have the confidence in giving the mock exams. And then obviously when you get better doing the mock exams, you will definitely pass the CPC without any difficulty. Okay, so this is how you need to prepare for your CPT. It's not just a week thing or a 1 day thing. Be active learner throughout the course so that you can easily pass the exam. That's all for today. Understanding the CPC exam specific tips. Thank you.